Welcome to The Explainer. You know, as a technologist who spends honestly way too much time looking under the hood of the internet, I am kind of obsessed with the code, the algorithms, and the systems that shape our daily lives. But lately, my curiosity has been hyper-focused on a much deeper issue: how we're actually building, or in a lot of cases, failing to build, digital tools that truly serve and protect us. So today we're going to look at an incredible initiative that is actively reclaiming our digital spaces. We are exploring exactly how Black communities are leveraging brand new technologies to build culturally grounded tools and really defend their truth online. It's the ultimate question, right? Who is actually building our digital future? When the internet first scaled up, it promised this amazing utopia of connection. But let's be real for a second. It wasn't originally built with our protection, our nuances, or our specific cultural needs in mind. The infrastructure of the web was largely designed by a very, very narrow demographic. And that whole move fast and break things mantra, well, that often meant breaking marginalized communities as an afterthought. So how do we change that? How do we shift from just being passive consumers on the web to being the actual architects of a safer digital neighborhood? Okay, let's dive into this. The data from the team at Onyx Impact paints a pretty grim picture, showing that the internet today is far, far from that early utopian vision. They state it perfectly plainly. Bad actors have made the digital world a battleground. And the data backs this up, showing that Black communities are disproportionately targeted by lies, digital manipulation, and highly coordinated online harm. We aren't just talking about a few random trolls hiding in their basements here. We're looking at systemic, targeted campaigns of propaganda designed to divide, deceive, and discourage. And as someone who studies tech, seeing algorithms weaponized like this is absolutely alarming. To put that into perspective, here is a stark reality. Black users are 60% more likely to have their social media accounts removed, and often completely unfairly. 60%! There's no way around it. That is a massive discrepancy. It highlights a critical, glaring failure in automated moderation systems. The AI that governs these platforms often completely lacks cultural context, and the result? The silencing of Black voices. It's a clear indicator that the current digital infrastructure is structurally biased. Frankly, we just need better code. So this brings us to the organization that is tackling this exact problem head-on, Onyx Impact. They're a nonpartisan, nonprofit research, media, and technology organization. Their mission is crystal clear: amplifying Black voices and protecting Black communities in an era of intense digital propaganda. But you know what I really love about this? They aren't just pointing out the flaws in the system and calling it a day. No, they are actively turning data-driven research into innovative, real-world strategies. Their whole goal is to build resilient digital spaces where Black people are empowered, protected, and genuinely heard. So the crucial point is exactly how they're pulling this off. Well, they've launched what they call the Info Integrity Lab. Think of this as the engine room of our discovery today. It's this vibrant, creative, and research hub where Black news, innovation, and technology all intersect. Instead of just waiting around for big tech companies to finally patch their biased algorithms, which, let's be honest, we'd be waiting forever for, the Info Integrity Lab is proactively building culturally grounded tools and strategies. It is a brilliant example of taking ownership of the tech stack to protect the community. Which brings us to their core innovation. Meet Aisha, your digital ally. Better AI built for us. Man, hearing this gives me genuine technologist excitement. Aisha isn't just another random piece of software or some generic chatbot designed to harvest your attention for ad revenue. It's a deliberate paradigm shift. Instead of an algorithm engineered just to commodify your clicks, Aisha is an AI that is culturally grounded to understand the specific context, nuances, and needs of Black communities. It's a bold assertion that we belong in the code, not just as data points to be monetized, but as the creators and the direct beneficiaries of the intelligence. So how exactly does Aisha act as a shield and a guide to empower the community? And this brilliantly illustrates what they've built. First, she connects users directly to knowledge, deliberately cutting out the algorithmic bias you get with traditional search engines. Second, she links to trusted sources. We know that a large percentage of Black audiences still turn to Black-owned outlets for the truth, and Aisha facilitates that connection securely. Finally, she provides the tools to help you move through the digital world with confidence. She actually helps you identify what is a genuine conversation and what is just a coordinated manipulation tactic. Now, alongside Aisha, Onyx Impact has introduced a broader strategy, the Digital Green Book. The name alone carries such profound historical reverence, right? Just as Victor Hugo Green's original Green Book provided Black travelers with a critical guide to safely navigate the physical highways of a segregated America, Well, this new digital green book is a modern guide for survival and empowerment on the digital highway. It is a brilliant, totally necessary adaptation for the modern age. They're literally taking a legacy of physical protection and coding it into digital resilience. Let's walk through the exact purpose of this digital green book, because this directly applies to your daily scrolling habits. Step 1. Cutting through the noise. When you are absolutely flooded with targeted information, this guide helps you find the actual signal. Step 2. Exposing digital manipulation. It teaches you how to spot the bad bots and the fake news designed specifically to provoke you. And Step 3. Standing strong against efforts to divide, deceive, or discourage Black communities. It is essentially a manual for digital resilience. It gives users the armor they need before ever logging on. When you put all of this together, the contrast is incredibly clear. We're moving away from the old web. You know, that hostile battleground where communities are targeted by propaganda, swarmed by bad bots, and face unfair account removals at a drastically higher rate. Instead, we're stepping into a future of resilient digital spaces. It's a reality where the community is empowered by culturally grounded tools like Aisha, protected by resources like the Digital Green Book, and genuinely heard rather than silenced. Empowering Black communities, building digital power, defending truth. Now, this isn't just a catchy tagline from Onyx Impact. It is a vital blueprint for action. As a technologist, I find this incredibly inspiring because it completely moves us from a place of digital victimization to undeniable digital agency. We aren't just asking for safer platforms anymore, folks. We are actively coding them ourselves. We are researching the manipulation, identifying the bad actors, and deploying our very own culturally grounded AI to defend our truth. So what does this all mean for us? Well, the internet is still being written, and the algorithms of tomorrow are literally being trained today. We have the data, we have the innovation, and now we have the tools. So I want to leave you with this provocative thought. With digital allies like Aisha in your hands and the knowledge of the Digital Green Book at your disposal, how will you step up? How will you actively participate in shaping a digital future where we are protected, empowered, and heard? Keep asking questions, keep demanding better tech, and I'll see you in the next explainer.